My dreams are nightmares. How can I sleep? You got the gun against me.
What's going on, everybody? KingofDragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Mattel WWE Elite Collection Legend Series 11 Scott Hall. And so here we have Scott Hall posing out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's actually run through his accessories really fast. Scott Hall does come with 3 pairs of hands. We do get a pair of grip hands. We get a pair of 2 sweet hands. Then we get a pair of thumbs up hands. Scott Hall also does come with a bandana, which does fit into his hair nicely. We do get a WCW microphone, which is surprising. And then he finally comes with his NWO Wolfpack shirt, which looks really nice. Other than that, Scott Hall doesn't come with anything else. I feel like the one accessory that he's missing to be the perfect Scott Hall is the vest. The vest makes this figure, and unfortunately we don't get a vest with this version of Scott Hall. Oh, if only we got a vest with him. But anyway, that's Scott Hall's accessories for you, so let's actually run through his details really fast. And so here we have a closer look at Scott Hall, and I really do like the way this figure came out. Originally I thought that the bandana was part of his head sculpt, which thankfully, if you don't want him with the bandana, you can take it out. But me personally, I think he looks better with the bandana on, so it's really up to you how you want to have your Scott Hall posed. I think it looks really good with the bandana in his hair, but like I said, it's really up to you. I think what threw me off a little bit is he doesn't have his front curl that he normally has, which that was throwing me off just a little bit. But overall, I do like this head sculpt. I feel like the one issue I have with it are his cheeks. His cheeks seem a little bit too full. If his cheeks were just slightly thinner, I think it would look so much better, because Scott Hall has a skinny face with really nice defined cheekbones, and his cheeks are kind of recessed, so I think that's what's throwing off the look. And maybe the hair, it's a little too full. I know Scott Hall always had long hair, but this seems a little too full. If it was a little bit flatter, I think I'd like it a little better, but I do understand why they did that, so they can accommodate the bandana. It still looks really nice. We're going to take that off just for the sake of the review, but yeah, it is a little bit off when you have the bandana off his head, but yeah, it still looks like Scott Hall from most angles, and I think it's much better than the WrestleMania Scott Hall that we had a look at a few years back. But I still think that his Elite, what was it, 41? The one where he's wearing his Outsiders gear, that's probably one of the best Scott Hall head sculpts. Moving on to his torso, you can see Scott Hall, just as you would expect, is a very hairy person. The one thing I always remember Scott Hall for, his hairy chest. Every figure I've ever had of Scott Hall has had a hairy chest. This figure is no different, and I do think that's a really nice attention to detail, and the fact that they did add his 5 o'clock shadow, which is really nice. On his left arm, he does have the signature black with the red blood elbow pad, which looks really cool. I always loved Scott Hall's ring gear like that. On this arm, we just have a standard black supporter pad, which that is how Scott Hall wore his gear. He wore one that matched his outfit, and then one black pad. So that is a really nice little detail, and I am happy about that. And just as you would expect, no wrist tape, because Scott Hall doesn't wear wrist tape, and they did catch it really nicely here. He does, however, have some wrist tape on his 2 fingers right here, which that's a really nice little detail. Unfortunately, nothing on the inside, which they normally do, so that is a little bit unfortunate. On the tights, he only has Hall on the front, and on the back it does say Wolfpack, which they're done in that Wolfpack style lettering that looks good. I would have preferred the bloody Scott Hall traditional tights that he normally wears, but this is a really nice look for him as well. You can see he also has the bloody knee pads going down, which that's a really nice touch. Again, I've always loved Scott Hall's knee pads and his elbow pad. I think that's one of the best things about his gear. Then we go on to his boots, where unlike a lot of people, he actually wears red boots, and these look really nice. They are the longer boots, as they should be, because Scott Hall is a tall guy, but I feel like the feet are a little bit small on him. They could have used bigger feet for Scott Hall. I still love the detailing right here on his boots. You can see the black laces are painted wonderfully, and then the little rivets here on his boots also look really nice. They're nicely painted, and then his soles are painted white. So overall, really liking the figure's details. I really do like it. This is probably one of the better Scott Hall figures that we've gotten in the past. I still feel like his main Elite release has been his best, but this is a close runner-up, no doubt. I really do like this figure. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually compare Scott Hall to other figures you may have in your collection. And so here we have Scott Hall posed next to an Ultimate Edition's Brock Lesnar and a basic Jeff Hardy. And so here we do have the Legend Scott Hall posed next to the Elite Series Scott Hall. And so with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually move on to Scott Hall's articulation. Scott Hall does have the standard Elite articulation. He does have a ball joint in the head, which does let him look up. However, because his hair is so thick in the back, it doesn't let him look up permanently. The hair kind of pushes his head back down. He can look down, surprisingly, and then he does have some head tilt. Again, a little bit hindered by the hair. Head rotation does work fine, no problems there. Shoulder articulation, he does go out to about that far, goes all the way around. We do have bicep rotation, then we have a single bend at the elbow. Because he is wearing an elbow pad, you can see it does hinder some articulation, but not too much. It's one of the smaller elbow pads. And then we have rotation and hinge at the wrist, no problems there. He does have an abdomen crunch, which does go back about that far. Goes forward about that far, which is respectable for a WWE figure. He does have waist rotation. Legs do kick forward to about right there. Kick back. Out to the side, no problem. We do have thigh swivel. Double bend at the knee. Unfortunately, knee pad does cause it to only go 90 degrees. Swivel at the boot. We have a hinge in the foot, which does go back. And then it goes forward, kind of stiff on mine, but it still works. And then we get rocker ankle. So overall, Scott Hall has some pretty good articulation. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get him posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have the Legend Series Scott Hall pose for my final thoughts, and overall, Mattel has done a really good job with this figure. Now, honestly, they could have done a little bit better on the face, but I do think that it works for what it is. If they had given us another face sculpt, which would have had a more better likeness to Scott Hall, I think I would like this figure a little bit more, but this is still a solid release. I really do like the accessories he comes with. The hands are perfect for Scott Hall, although I do feel like he's missing a pair of flat palmed hands just so he can do his entrance walk. If you've been collecting WWE figures for the past 4 years, you'll have extra hands to spare, so that's not a huge issue. My main problem is probably the face sculpt. It's a little bit off in my honest opinion. If you see Scott Hall in it, that's perfectly fine. That is your opinion. I just feel like maybe the cheeks are a little bit too full, that it could be a little bit slimmer, and that would probably help with the likeness. Overall, I really do like the choice of Scott Hall they went with, although it is a little bit odd that they chose Wolfpack Scott Hall, but we're getting Outsiders Kevin Nash. That's a little bit odd to me. Now, I'm still going to try to pick up Kevin Nash. I do like the fact that we are getting some NWO characters, especially NWO characters as iconic as Scott Hall, Hollywood Hogan, and Kevin Nash. Out of all the NWO members, those are the main 3 that you need in your collection, and if you haven't already done so, pick up this Scott Hall. He's gonna be worth it. Now, at the time I'm making this video, he is available on Target.com, which is where I picked mine up. I wasn't able to find him in stores, but luckily I was able to track him down online, order him, and he did arrive relatively fast. He came in about 2 days, which is surprising. That's really good shipping on Target, and the box was perfect. If you are looking for this Scott Hall, he is available in stores at the time I'm making this video, but like I said, try your luck on Target.com. More than likely you can get him on Target.com as long as he's still in stock. With that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews as well as all my other WWE videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it fits in my collection, I'll gladly have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.